Hello and welcome back to Skyblock with the Create mod. In the last episode, we drained the ocean monument. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and set up a guardian farm so that I can rebuild my own ocean monument back at our base. So in this instance, I'm not going to destroy this one to make my own or rebuild one. I'm going to do the right thing, harvest the materials, and build my own ocean monument. Alright guys, well I drain out the rest of the ocean monument because there's a few nooks and crannies that still have water in them, like here. I'm going to send you guys to watch the intro. This is Minecraft Skyblock, where we are stranded on our island above the void. From nothing but a few items, we build this world up, but with a twist. We have the Create mod. Alright, now that I have drained all of the water out of the ocean monument, I brought in one of my mob farms. I'm finding time and time again this design seems to be the best for just about any type of mob. So I modified this one to work on guardians. So right now I'm borrowing power from our windmill here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pump this infinite source of water to fill this. Once this tank is full of water, it should allow guardians to spawn, and once guardians spawn, they'll be sucked into the center and shredded by the saw blades. Okay, so the first things first, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to lower this hose pulley all the way to the bottom. Check our pump. Our pump is facing the correct way. And so as soon as I turn this shaft, it'll engage and start filling up with water. Hopefully. I haven't tested this. Hey, look at that. That's working great. Alright, we'll let this fill up, and in the meantime, I'll make it a little easier to get around on here. Alright, that went really nicely. We got this tank full of water. I had to put glass down there because it was actually waterlogging the chutes underneath, and then it would leak out the bottom. So I put some glass there. I'm going to have to break that out. But first, let's remove that pump. Alright, that should be a fully functional guardian farm. So let's back away from this thing and make sure it works correctly. Oh yeah, that seems to be working quite nicely. Getting quite a bit more fish than I would have liked. It looks like I'm gonna have to filter out fish. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Alright, that's working pretty good. We got some shards, got some crystals, we have some shards. Got way too many fish. Alright, next up I'm going to expand the storage and filter out all the fish and other bits that I really don't need at this moment. Alright, I got some filtering on here. So up here we have a couple of filters that filters out anything that's not shards or crystals and just throws them into lava. And that's going to be mostly fish. Once a stack of 32 items becomes available, as items come out of here, they go into these chests. These all have filters on them, so crystals or shards, they get sorted into the appropriate chest. Crystals in this one, shards in this one, and once these gets full, it's going to move on to the next couple. Alright, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to get into my little AFK box I built over here and just let this game sit. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and watch some YouTube videos and answer some emails probably. Alright, see you guys after a while. Alright guys, so I've been watching different YouTube videos. I've decided to look up how to actually make guardian farms, and I found out something. Guardians spawn much more often if they have a roof above their heads. Well, you can see here I'm getting several times more guardians than I was in the previous ones. There's also the upside that is I'm not getting as many dolphins or other fish and things that don't really need to be killed here. It does look like I need to actually put a filter on these two. I have these set to drop at 16 and these set to drop at 32, but we're still getting enough fish coming into here that the fish are actually being shot out here. So I'll put a couple of filters here, and yeah, I'm liking that much better. So this looks like a successful Guardian farm to me. Alright, so I set up a schematic cannon and a schematic table, and I made a copy of the ocean monument. I'm gonna make my own ocean monument in our main area. So while doing that, I was able to create a clipboard. It gives me a checklist of all the things I need. So we're gonna start here with the prismarine. We need 107 stacks. It just so happens that 2 double chests will hold 108 stacks. So we gotta fill up 2 double chests completely with prismarine. Thankfully, this guy has been cranking. Alright, we got all of our materials put together. I've gathered enough shards and crystals to create all of the blocks needed to recreate the ocean monument. I made another modification to our Guardian farm here. I learned that if you add extra blocks out here, it affects pack spawning, and they say it'll actually can increase the farm efficiency up to twice as much. All I could say looking at this is it seems to be extremely effective now, whereas before I seemed to get a lot more fish than I was getting guardians. See here we have all of our prismarine bricks, our regular prismarine, and the dark prismarine and sea lanterns that we need. I'm gonna go ahead and put this create mod shulker box in my pocket. So flip this and bloop, all in my pocket. All right, I'm gonna leave this farm here and head back to the main area. All right, everybody, we are back over here at our main area. I've decided to set up the ocean monument on the north side of the island. All of our blocks have been brought over, and I've set up the extra blocks that we need. I'm going to start with lighting, of course, and fences, and then I'm going to move on to dirt and the rest of all of the special prismarine and prismarine brick blocks. All right, I'll see you guys after the time lapse. Alright, welcome back. And now we have an ocean monument in our main area. I think it looks pretty sharp. I replaced a lot of the detail blocks with sea lanterns, that way lighting levels were high enough that mobs wouldn't spawn all over it. While I was working on the grass out here, I got some visitors. So let's go ahead and take care of these guys. Main thing I gotta worry about here is making sure the banner carrier is killed by his buddies. There we go. See that? We weren't hurt at all. What's my name again? While we were over at the Ocean Monument, a wandering trader spawned, and he had a trade for dark oak saplings. I finally have a way to get dark oak after I only got 3 saplings from the first dark oak island. So let's see if we can cultivate some dark oak, or if I'm going to get unlucky again with 2 trees. Dark oak is one of those trees that has to be grown in a 4x4 pattern with its saplings, which means you need at least 4 to have a sustainable tree farm. Now, the thing is, On average, a tree will drop more than 4 saplings, but you can still get unlucky and have less than that. Okay, there's 1. And 2. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and use the saw trick, so I'll knock out 3 of these blocks. Put down our saw. Make sure it's facing into the tree. And go ahead and hand crank this. Oh, looks like we got 6 saplings, so that's a good sign. And this time we have, there's 3 there, 4, 5, 6. 6 saplings again. All right, so now we have 12 and we can continue on farming these guys for a little bit. While I've got you guys here, if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. Now that I have enough dark oak saplings, I set up a automatic tree farm. The tree farm is on the factory roof, just like our spruce log farm, and will generate all of the dark oak and dark oak saplings that I need, as well as generating apples, which I currently don't need. Once a tree is chopped down, the items are dropped here onto the main conveyor, which of course runs around to our storage system. I set up a couple of chests over here with dark oak and dark oak saplings. The dark oak is actually piped into these 4 chests down here, so we have backlog storage. So now that we have an unlimited source of dark oak, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these spruce trees that I had planted around the woodland mansion and plant a dark oak forest around here. I think it's going to look really nice and tie this into the original location of the woodland mansion in a regular world. Alright, I think these trees look great, and I went ahead and bone mealed the ground to fill in the foliage, and it is kind of funny to have plains biome flowers inside of a dark oak forest, but I think it works okay. Maybe I'll come back and do some landscaping. Alright everybody, that's about all the time we have for today. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a lot of fun to put together. It was a lot of fun to get the ocean monument into our main area. Alright, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and like. If you have any comments or suggestions on next episodes, please let me know. I'd like to sincerely thank everyone for watching, and goodbye!